So this video is going to show you how to paint your provider's schedule. I'm not going to go into details for how to propagate your schedule. That will be in the next video. So if you're needing help with propagating, jump forward to the following video. So in order to paint our provider's schedule, we need to be in our appointment book and we need to change our calendar mode to scheduler. Now, you can do multiple days at a time. If you are wanting to do that, make sure you change your days to display to the number of days that you're wanting to change. You can do a whole week at a time if you wish to. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to select one day and we'll change to scheduler mode. This is where you can make your changes. So as long as you've got this blue section showing around the outside, this means that you are actually creating some changes and you're creating a schedule for your dentists. From here, you just need to select the provider that's going to be working at that time. So let's say we've got Simon working in surgery 1. We're going to go 9 to 5 and I'm going to leave an hour out for his lunch break, which I'll paint later. Then we've got Jen. I'll pop him 9 to 5 as well. I'm going to paint all the way through the lunch break for Jen though, and I'll explain why later. We've got Jeff working in surgery 3. You paint whatever hours they're going to be working. Maybe he's only doing a half a day until 1 o'clock. And then we've got Aaron working. Maybe they're starting later and they're going to do 10 through until 6 p.m. When you're happy, you can save your changes. Now, there's so many other options that you can put in place here. So I obviously can add in a lunch break, pop in a lunch there, pop in the lunch at the same time for this provider. You'll notice it looks a bit different. That's because we've painted it on top of our provider's schedule rather than having a designated lunch break. Again, I'll go into detail for that just after this video. There's no lunch break needed for this surgery 3 provider. They're finishing up early and we'll pop a lunch break in here. We've got closed. Now I can paint closed whenever we do not want patients booked. This is up to you whether or not you want to paint this. If you leave it as white, that's absolutely fine. Just keep in mind, you can still book appointments on white space. If you paint it grey for closed, you are unable to book appointments in that space. So personal preference, you pick whatever works best for your practice. Some other options are do not book. If you paint this on your provider's schedule, you will not be able to book an appointment in that space unless you remove that do not book. You can leave a note here if you prefer to, so you can type whatever reason it is for not booking appointments there. We've also got annotation. This just looks like a blue note and you can leave it anywhere you wish to, so annotation. And we've got the yellow note here as well. And you may choose to do something like, let's say, put the bins out. Just as a friendly reminder for all staff. You can use these yellow notes for whatever purpose you need though. Then we've got your options for online bookings. So if you have online booking turned on in your practice and you are manually painting those appointments, you would select online booking from here and paint those appointments. Same thing for Health Engine. You just paint your Health Engine appointments that you're wanting to offer in the appointment book like that. And exactly the same thing for My Health First if you're using that one. You can also designate treatment types. So if you have a preferred time of day for different treatment types, you can place that in the appointment book. So for example, we might have our provider Simon, who's in surgery 1. He only wants to see examination appointments after lunch. So we can say exam. Yours are all customized, so this will be whatever you've set up at your practice. And after lunch, we want to see an exam patient. This is just a visual reminder for your staff members not to book in another patient there. We only want to see exams. There's nothing physically stopping you from booking another patient there. So, someone could be coming in for a root canal and you can book that patient there. This is just a visual cue for you so that you can try and follow the dentist's preferred outline of the day. We've also got options for public holidays. So if you are having public holidays, you can paint them in. And then your eraser. If you've made a mistake on anything, you just use your eraser and we can get rid of it. So if I want to get rid of this closed, I can do so just by pressing the eraser and it's gone. When you're happy, You just need to press save. And that's it. So we've now propagated our scheduler. We have to change our calendar mode back to appointment book if we're wanting to do anything with the appointments. Now, I'll just quickly touch on this lunch break that we've painted here. So surgery 1, this is a standard looking lunch break. What this means is if I try to book in a patient, let's say this one I've already got here, over the top of my lunch break, I cannot do that. I can either book them before the lunch break or after the lunch break. I cannot book them over the top. Because our provider is not painted behind this lunch break, it won't allow me to do that. Now, looking at surgery 2, this is a different looking lunch break. These lines actually mean the provider is still willing to work over the top of their lunch break. So if I move this appointment over to this provider, I can actually drag it over the top of that lunch break. You can schedule appointments in the lunch break if they are using this sort of method of painting the lunch break in the scheduler. So keep that in mind. If you're wondering why your lunch break might look different across days, it is simply because you've painted the provider behind the lunch break and you are able to continue booking appointments over the top. We also discussed that you would be able to book appointments in the white space. So, you can schedule an appointment over here, and that's done. And that's not assigned to anybody. That's a blank appointment. But I cannot schedule an appointment in this closed space here. So if you would like to avoid staff from booking appointments there, just mark it as closed and they won't be able to do so. I hope this has helped. Check out the next video on how to propagate your changes.